we can bring some closure to the family and friends of Theresa Lockhart, while at the same time trying to connect the dots from May 18th until today. And so we can put this into context. Let me quickly review how we arrived here today. On May 20th of this year, our office was contacted by an employee of the Schoolcraft School District requesting that we do a welfare check on a co-worker of theirs, 44-year-old Theresa Joan Lockhart. This employee indicated that Theresa had not reported to work on May 19th as scheduled, and that they were concerned about her whereabouts. With that request and information, an officer from the Portage Department of Public Safety Police Division was dispatched to Mrs. Lockhart's home located in the 10,000 block of Poplar Bluff here in the city of Portage. Once at the home, the officer made contact with Mrs. Lockhart's husband, 47-year-old Christopher Charles Lockhart. After the officer inquired about the whereabouts and welfare of Mrs. Lockhart, Mr. Lockhart indicated that Theresa has done this type of thing before, leaving for days at a time, and that he was not concerned about where she was. It was also May 20th, while conducting routine patrol activities, that officers located Theresa Lockhart's vehicle, a 2006 VW Golf, parked at the Angling Road Park and Ride in the area of Center in US 131 in Portage. On May 23rd, 2017, our first press release was distributed listing Theresa Lockhart as a missing person. It was also May 23rd when we made a second attempt to contact Chris Lockhart to ask for his help in finding his wife Theresa. During this brief encounter, Mr. Lockhart indicated that he did not wish to talk to us about his wife and that he was going to talk to his attorney. While within his rights to do so, Mr. Lockhart, invoking his desire for an attorney, coupled with his actions and unwillingness to help us find his wife, created concerns in our mind about the welfare and well-being of Theresa. While there was no evidence at the time that there was anything wrong, the Portage Department of Public Safety began what would turn out to be a 154-day investigation into the whereabouts of Theresa Joan Lockhart, possible location where Theresa Lockhart may be found. Based on that information, we contacted authorities in Allegan County Sheriff's Office and requested their assistance. On October 24th, at approximately 4:25 p.m., officers from the Allegan County Sheriff's Office, the Michigan State Police, and the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, along with detectives from our agency, were conducting a search of an area in Allegan County, located south of M89 and east of 46th Street within the Allegan Game Area, some 50 miles from the Lockhart home. It was that location in a shallow grave that we located the body of what has recently been positively identified as Theresa Joan Lockhart. As to the note found at the residence on Poplar Bluff, not only did that contain a hand-drawn map that led us to ultimately find Theresa, but it also contained a written confession by Chris Lockhart. And while I'm not going to go into the details of the notes, Chris did state on the night of May 18th that he killed Theresa and that the next day he disposed of her body in the Allegan Game Area. Earlier today, autopsies were conducted on both Theresa and Christopher Lockhart. The initial determination as to the cause of death of Chris is listed as suicide by strangulation. It will be some time before we have any results as to the cause of death of Theresa.